So something came pretty much out that wasn't a shock. John Wall, Rockets, reached a buyout. There was no trade in place. That made sense. And honestly, it kind of made sense for him to sign with this team as well. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? We are doing our John Wall LA Clippers rebuild. So you guys should be seeing this on Thursday, June 30th. Free agency technically starts tonight at 6 o'clock. I mean, we'll hear rumblings, Brunson to the Knicks, this player here, this player back here. But I don't think the Clippers are going to be making too many big moves. Just the way their roster is constructed, they don't have a lot of money to spend, not a lot of picks to move. So I thought, you know what, this is going to be the Clippers rebuild for a little bit. It's our John Wall Clippers rebuild. Might as well do it now while this news is still fresh, because tomorrow you could see a trade rebuild, a free agency rebuild, whatever happens tonight. I have a feeling tomorrow's video will probably be a Jalen Brunson Knicks rebuild. But yeah, I am recording this on 28th, so nothing is official yet. But this is all hearsay on John Wall, but it's looking like he will join the Clippers. And yeah, like, John Wall will start at the point guard position. We'll have Reggie Jackson backing him up. Yeah, and I also wouldn't have been able to get John Wall for the minimum, so it's 47 minutes, whatever. Hopefully we have bird rights on him next year. I'm probably, like, I don't know. I might have Paul George start at the 2. Then Kawhi starting at the 4 and doing that. But I don't mind starting Kennard or Powell. I think both can be reliable as a 6th man. I wouldn't mind maybe starting Kennard and running Powell as a 6th man. We will see. We have a pretty good wing rotation. These are the power forwards with Marcus Morris and Robert Covington. Zubac did get a 3-year extension in real life, so we'll be giving that to him next year. But Batum I would like to bring back as well on a 1-year deal. Don't even know if he's going to crack the rotation. Unfortunately, Isaiah Hartenstein will be gone because I think this negates their mid-level exception. But to be honest, I think this Clippers team should be the finals favorites going into next year's season. I'm sure their odds went up after the whole John Wall signing. Okay, this team is old. That's why we're seeing a lot of regression. And 2K doesn't love the Clippers. So I'm not super confident this will get easy. Or, like, we can win a championship pretty easily this year. We'll see, though. If I were to change some of the positions around, let's see what we could do. So Kawhi, if I move him to his power forward, he goes down. Shooting guard stays the same. Paul George goes down. Maybe I'll make Kawhi a shooting guard. He'll probably play at the 4 for us this year. So if we go to the coaching game plan, it'll be Wall, Powell, Leonard. We'll probably put Kawhi at the 4. I don't know why they want to do George at the 4. I mean, maybe. We'll try it. So we'll have Terrence Mann. I would like Luke Kennard to get a decent amount of minutes. This is going to hurt Reggie Jackson a little bit. I'd like to see what Brandon Boston can do. So Terrence Mann's probably going to get like 20 minutes. We'll do 23 to Kennard. And we technically don't have a backup big. I mean, like, Covington, Morris, like, this team is so deep. I'll probably play Morris over Batum. Yeah, I don't really know how this is going to work out. 27 to Zubac. Let's go 33 or 34 to George, 35 to Leonard. Let's go 2 more to John Wall for the regular season. This will obviously change during the playoffs. 4-star balance with Ty Lue. I mean, we could try to trade maybe, let's see, Batum and Robert Covington for a backup center. And we're actually going to do this trade with the Milwaukee Bucks. They get Batum and Covington. We're getting Brook Lopez to be our backup center. So Markieff Marcus Morris. Sorry if I mentioned, or I said Markieff in this video. He's not going to play, and we're going to go about 14 to Brook Lopez. So that is what this lineup is going to look like. Balance is still 4 stars. I mean, this team should realistically compete for a championship. 2K, though, they like the Pelicans more. They like the Warriors, the Grizzlies, the Mavericks here in the Western Conference. So let's see where we finish up. I don't have too high expectations, but we can definitely get creative with the trade, maybe for a true power forward in the offseason or something like that. So let's just see how year 1 works out. So we were the 4 seed this year, which isn't too bad. You know, we're going to see a lot of load management between Kawhi, Paul George, and I'm sure John Wall as well, who hasn't played a full season in a minute in this league, or like a true full season, and he didn't play at all last year. So like John Wall since like 2019 has just been super inconsistent playing games. I feel like I read a stat that he played like 30% of games since 2019, which is just crazy. As we do get Paul George on All-NBA second team, 20 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. All right, the efficiency wasn't great for PG-13. Let's see if we get playoff P or pandemic P. Kawhi does not make an All-NBA team in his first year back from that ACL injury back in the 2021 playoffs. And yeah, like I said, I still think this team is insanely deep. They could use some big man depth if they were to package maybe some of their wings off the bench, like Nicholas Batum, etc., Robert Covington, to see if they can get like a true backup center. That could maybe help them as well. Maybe a true power forward, we'll see. But I think, yeah, like Robert Covington will be fine. Or Kawhi can obviously play the power forward spot. So we have a lot of fish to feed here. That's why the scoring allocation looks like that. Like Norman Powell, 10 points a night for somebody making that much money. Hurts a little bit. But for the playoffs, I think I'm going to edit the rotation in a way where I want to play Boston. I don't even think I'm going to play Reggie Jackson for the playoffs. I know he's pretty good, and he could use that experience, but I think I'd rather play Brook Lopez just because we need a backup center. He's going to get about 13 minutes, 17 to Boston and Mann. Keep 23 to Kennard, 29 to Zubats. So let's go 38 to Kawhi and George. Let's go 30 to Powell. Let's go 33 to John Wall, and let's go 2 more to Zubats. So I want to significantly upgrade or increase our starters' minutes. So in round 1, we're taking on the Thunder. Paul George was recently, or was a Thunder at one point in 2019. So that was just like forever ago. They got Chet Holmgren, brought him to the playoffs, but we should be able to beat them. Game 1, we lose by 12 at home. All right, is this just how it's going to go? Paul George 4 for 17. Kawhi Leonard goes 8 for 16. Don't go down 2-0. Okay, we do tie it up 1-1. We blow them out by 30 points here in Game 2. John Wall has had a great start to these playoffs. Norman Powell with a nice game there. 5 for 14 for Paul George, 1 for 6 for Brook Lopez. You know, you don't have to shoot the ball that much, Brook Lopez. As we go down 2-1, we lose a close one. PG with 35. Kawhi in 2K, man. It's kind of crazy what he puts up. So we beat him by 1 here in Game 4. So these last 2 games have been so close. Kawhi is averaging 15 points in these first 4 games. Is he got to go? We do take Game 5, though, luckily. We blow them out here by 37 points. Paul George with 32 and 10. And we are 1 game away from moving on to round 2, and that doesn't happen because we lose by 17 in Game 6. So we're going to the Crypto.com arena for Game 7. Pretty back and forth first quarter. They take a pretty noticeable lead, but we come back there at the end of the second. We're currently down by 8 points at the start of the fourth quarter. Kawhi Leonard has just been, I don't know, his 3-point shot is not falling. And we can't come back, and we lose to the Clippers in 7 games. Wow. All right, what a start to this video. 2K absolutely hates the Clippers. I'm hoping with, like, just a new, like, interface and engine and rosters and just kind of player attributes in 2K23, just saying 2K23 sounds weird, that like this team does better in the simulation. Because like I said, I think, like, I don't know if they're the the current favorites to win it all next year. The Clippers are tied with the Milwaukee Bucks and the Celtics and the Warriors on FanDuel. They're all a 4-way tie for plus 600. So, like, the Clippers are one of the more favored teams to win it all, and I'm losing in 7, and I already have to make up or fix this team a little bit. I mean, Kawhi wasn't great this past season, but also I did re-sign John Wall. I should have mentioned that at the mid-season mark. Not for anything crazy. It ends up being 12 mil, just close to 13 or just under 13, and then just under 14 mil, so that's pretty nice for the next 3 years. I did also re-sign Marcus Morris to a 1-year extension worth the minimum, and same with Brook Lopez for next year. So there's definitely going to be moves made in this offseason. Maybe I got to figure out what works best for Kawhi. Maybe just not be a power forward. Maybe move Paul George to the shooting guard position next year, because these numbers, what? Like, come on. In the playoffs, are you kidding me? As the Grizzlies win it all, Moran is your finals MVP. They beat the Pacers in 5. And you know we're not going to be picking anywhere in this first round. I don't even know if our pick is swap worse with the Thunder or we just don't get it at all. I feel like it's the latter. And our pick is going to go to us at number 24. So we do get it. It was a swap worse with the Thunder. And that is the team that we just lost to in the playoffs. So do I want to maybe mess with this team a little bit? We could definitely get creative. And I'm looking to upgrade at the power forward position. Marcus Morris, Brook Lopez, and pick 24 for a Dallas unprotected pick next year. And Dorian Finney-Smith. I think Finney-Smith fits our mold well. He's coming off a bad year. I can fix his tendencies. And yeah, we have still a stud lineup defensively with Paul George probably at the shooting guard now, or that was still going to happen, I think. Kawhi at the small forward, and now Dorian Finney-Smith at the power forward spot. Like, that is super versatile. I still think we can look for an upgrade at center and then move Zubats to the bench. I'm going to trade the 54th. Actually, no, I'm going to keep that pick. We did get a Euro stash player there. He actually might be pretty good when he comes over. As Dariq Whitehead goes 1, Wembanyama goes 2. You got Khalil Ware going 3. He's out of Oregon. Yeah, I've seen him pop up more now. So Brandon Boston Jr., let's pick up that team option. Qualifying offers, Amir Coffey will give that to. Chris Silva will let kind of stay there. So I'd like to bring back Zubats, and I do have rights on him. So this is pretty much similar, maybe a little bit more than the contract he got in real life. I might try to use Reggie Jackson in a sign and trade as well as Amir Coffey. So yeah, let's give him a 2-year deal and he's going to sign that, but I'm probably going to flip him and Reggie to the Orlando Magic for maybe Mitchell Robinson and this Bulls first round pick next year. It would be nice to just add on more draft capital. We got that Mavericks pick. We need more picks. This would be from Chicago. They counter offer it. Oh, okay. So I don't really, like, they were willing to give me RJ Hampton, but I would rather just have a first round pick maybe down the line. Like, would you give me this Nuggets pick maybe instead? for 2 seconds, and you give me another first, yeah, I'm going to take that, 2K. Why are you still so dumb with that stuff in this game? But I am not taking any L's here. We see the regression from Kawhi and Paul George. We add Mitchell Robinson. Zubac goes to the bench. We see the regression from John Wall. Oh boy, this isn't good. All right, so let's see what the rotation is going to look like here. It's going to be Wall. I'm going to try George at the 3 and Finney-Smith at the 4. Powell will be the 6th man, even though he regressed. So Zubac is going to get like 21 minutes. Boston 20. Kennard 20. Powell with about 23. Anybody else I need to give minutes to? Nah, nobody really. So we got about 15 more minutes to kind of use here. We're going to go 28 to Wall. Let's go 34 to these two. And let's go 30 to Mitch Rob. And then we'll do 27 to Finney-Smith. 29 to John Wall. And let's go 2 more minutes to Luke Kennard there. All right, so that is what we are going to roll with for this season. It's 3.5 star balanced. I mean, Finney-Smith isn't the greatest fit in the world. I'm sure if I move him to a small forward position, his overall actually goes down, so that's fine. Messing with the shot tendencies a little bit. Hopefully, Finney-Smith's just better this year than he was last year where we traded for him. So I'll see you guys at the end of the 2024 season. Hopefully, we're better than a 4 seed, but our top guys are regressing. I mean, this is kind of encouraging, just beating 2 good teams in the West at the start of the year. All right, that's what I'm talking about. The LA Clippers are a 1 seed this season. That's why I demand my respect, 2K, with this Clippers team. We get no Clippers on an all-NBA team, though. Do we get any on an all-defensive team? We do get Paul George, an all-defensive second team. We are going to be taking on the Dallas Mavericks in round 1. The team still has Jalen Brunson over there. Not for much longer, possibly. For the player stats, though, Kawhi Leonard bounced back this year, and unfortunately, something did happen. The save, I didn't even want to hop into it. I was so annoyed. Like, I couldn't even simulate through anything. You know, like, sometimes that happens where there's the All-Star draft, but this was, like, week 2 of the season. I tried everything. I tried making a new save, duplicating it, restarting my Xbox. Nothing. Absolute nothing. So I had to kind of create this with the similar roster. So maybe some of the contracts and maybe previous stats are wrong. So I do apologize with that. But it is the same exact roster and had pretty much the same exact lineup this season. So Paul George is down a little bit. I mean, yeah, like I said, the overalls could be a little bit different. I remember Brandon Boston was like a 78. He's a 77. And then Kawhi Leonard's a little bit higher up, as well as John Wall. But yeah, for the playoffs, I think I might go a little bit less to Brandon Boston. Maybe around like 15 a night. Zubac, we could probably do like 20 with him. Kennard, 20 as well. Maybe 21 to Zubac. 23 to Powell. We'll do 24. Okay, so I got 6 minutes here. Let's go 37 to Kawhi and George. And I guess that will be it. So this team with balanced, or why is it under defense? It's actually higher at defense. Okay. I assume just because Mitchell Robinson and Dorian Finney-Smith are better. Wow, Dorian Finney-Smith just not great in this. So can we beat the Mavericks in round 1? Don't have a 1 seed season of losing round 1. Okay, there we go. We win in 6 games. Just checking out the standings, yeah. So we got the 1 seed over the Grizzlies by literally 1 game. But yeah, we move on to take on the Rockets here in round 2. John Wall Revenge Series. And Kawhi Leonard plays so much better in this past playoff series than he did last year. All right, we got a little bit of playoff P action. We get a great 6-man series out of Norman Powell. John Wall averaged 9.5 assists and shot very well from 3. Mitchell Robinson is a beast, 80% from the field. Taking on the Rockets, who have Anthony Simons. They got their Jabari Smith there, Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr. Let's see what happens here in round 2 against the Rockets. And we win in 7. Let's freaking go. We win by 11 games here. I'm at 11 points there in that Game 7 matchup. So it looks like Kawhi Leonard was our leading scorer, 22 points. Paul George right behind him with about 19 a night. Finney-Smith gave me a great series. Yes, let's go. He had a 57% true shooting throughout the regular season, which is more than I asked for when I traded for him. Now we're taking on the Grizzlies. We got Daniel Gafford there in their starting 5. Can we beat them? This is going to be a tough one, though. We get blown out in Game 1. Okay. Just don't get blown out in this series, and we're down 2-0. All right. Yep, never mind. My finals aspirations have been thrown out the window. We do win Game 3 by just 3 points, though. Here we go. Huge Game 4. This would be massive, and we go down 3-1, which probably means, oh, wow, what a triple-double for John. That's insane. We're going to lose in 5. Okay, we do force a Game 6. I mean, our wins haven't been anything crazy. Like, their wins have been some blowouts. Our wins have been, like, by 12 points or less. So, we do have a lead a little bit on this team, but we kind of blow it there. Can we win on the road? This would be the tough one. We're down by 6 going into the final 9 minutes of possibly our season, and we just don't show up. Oh, we end up getting outscored double the amount of points here in Game 4 with our season on the line. So, we do end up losing, and the Hornets win it all with LaMelo Ball being your finals MVP. All right. I know I gotta make some more moves to win a championship here. We basically have the retirement squad going on in LA. So wait. Don't I have the Bulls pick? No, they have theirs from Phoenix and Portland. But we have Orlando's top 3 protected pick at 6. So we just don't want that to move up in this draft. And it stays at 6. Let's go. So we have the 6th overall pick. And we also should have something else. Oh, no, I don't have the Bulls pick. That will be going to... not going to. We have the Nuggets pick. But don't we have the Dallas Mavericks pick? Yeah, we do at 16. There we go. 6 and 16. That's not bad. Ty Lue is a free agent. I'd like to bring him back. Yeah, sure. I like Ty Lue for us, but I do get him with some other teams a lot because he's balanced. He's got good ratings. All right, so if I were to make a trade, maybe for a better power forward, like what could I get? Ooh, Mikal Bridges. Not a power forward. I mean, we could go after De'Aaron Fox, which is an elite point guard. I mean, could I get Fox for this? No, we're still off by $34 million. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I want to keep John Wall because he's the title and thumbnail of this video. So I think I'm going to make my selections here first, then look to trade maybe some of these players. Victor Palmer, who was the #1 by Draft Express, 3 by 2K, 4th by NBA.com. I was going to take him or JD White, but he is 5 years younger, but he does look like he's 3 overalls lower. But I don't want to start this JD White guy right away. Like, I'm probably going to move the pick, and that guy might have more value. And then at 16, I might snag Fausto Conover. It's probably a reason why he fell. He's probably going to get traded. So our pick ended up being a 75 overall. Not too bad. JD White's a 76, so I'm fine with that. Fausto Conover is a 73, which also isn't too bad. Kawhi and Paul George opt in. That's good. Kennard going to pick up his team option. Even though he's an elite shooter in real life and definitely very valuable this year, he might get traded right now. All right, I have no idea if I can pull this off, but Palmer, Kennard for Jaren Jackson Jr. Okay, and I have that Nuggets pick next or in 2025. What about if I throw in this first as well? Oh my god, let's go. I think our team is completed. Next year. John Wall, Paul George. Well, Paul George is a shooting guard. That's why he's not great. But yeah, let's keep him at shooting guard. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Jaren Jackson Jr., Mitchell Robinson. Yes, this team has to be so good defensively. We gotta be at least like one of the top teams in the Western Conference. And the team that just beat us, Memphis, we stole their second best player. So we really don't have enough money to give Brandon Boston like that 11 mil. So we're probably just going to just hope we get him back on the QO. We can't afford Bogdan Bogdanovic though, so let's just try to snag him. And let's see, do we get Brandon Boston Jr.? We should be able to lock him up on the qualifying offer. And boom, there we go, 2.3 mil. Devin Booker signed with the Knicks on a 1-year deal worth 26 mil. Patrick Williams for 21 mil. Oh my god, I thought that said Michael Porter to the Celtics for 1.2 mil. I was about to say, really? So Kawhi, Paul George, they're hitting their major regression. Oh my god, this is probably our final year. And really, this team isn't that great with all this regression happening. Alright, so let's see this roster for 2025, or at least this rotation. Oh my gosh, the amount of 70s. Paul George is really a 78 overall. Holy crap. So it's up to George Jackson, like Mitchell Robinson. We're probably gonna make, what is Powell's overall? Did he regress? Oh my god, he's at 75. Okay, I might try to make a trade. Paul George might have to go. Like, could I get anything for Paul George and Norman Powell, or it's just like these contracts are just, oh my goodness, I can't get anything. Nobody wants Paul George. I mean, I can get Drew Holiday and that's it. Good lord. All right, what about Bogdan, who we signed, and Norman Powell, who's heavily regressing? I can get Derek White. I mean, he's all right, but that might be an upgrade. Yeah, and we get a first-round pick out of this. Let's do it. Another trade with the Mavericks. And you know what? We're starting Derek White over Paul George. That is what this team has come to. Okay, so it's going to be a 9-man rotation. Finney Smith is the 6th man. We're going to go 20 to Zubats. I guess we'll probably go 23 to Paul George. This is crazy. 30 to Mitch Rob, 33 to Jaren Jackson Jr., 35 to Kawhi, 28 to Derek White, 30 to John Wall. System proficiency is 4-star balanced. Here goes nothing. All right, so we are the 7th seed. I don't know like what to do with this Clippers team. Everybody's regressing. We're getting so old. This isn't good at all. Our once maybe future star is over there flourishing and blossoming in OKC. I guess that probably is greener pastures right now. And yeah, we're the 7th seed, so we might not even make it out of round 1, 2K. I'm just going to trust everything, like, in your hands. I guess, like, I'll get John Wall back for the minimum. Paul George will be off the books. Like, I might have some cap flexibility in the offseason. Let's see. So, they want to do Wall, George, Leonard, Jackson, Mitch Rob, with White, Zubats, Finney Smith, and Boston. They want to play Taurean Prince. All right, instead of doing that, let's just do this. Let's go 35, 36. I don't even know if I want to play Paul George any more minutes. So we'll just do something like that. 36 minutes of Jaren Jackson probably isn't a great idea, as we end up losing the play-in tournament game, the first one. Let's not go 0-2 in the play-in tournament. Okay, let's go. We ended up beating Memphis after taking Jaren Jackson Jr. from them. Palmer, how was he in his rookie year? Not great, so might be glad that I traded him. But yeah, shout out to Kawhi and Jaren Jackson Jr. in that game. All right, so we're taking on the Rockets here. You know what, 2K, you do your thing. Can we upset them? Probably not. There's probably no chance this happens, as we end up going down 3-0 and we get swept. Everything is just getting worse and worse for this Clippers team. I guess last year would have been my peak year, but it's like the problem is I need to start John Wall. Now I don't. He was just by far the best point guard, but I got to keep John Wall. But he's not really good anymore. So that Nuggets pick ended up being at 21 in that Jaren Jackson Jr. trade, so I'm glad I included it. So this is probably going to be the last year. I don't really know where to start. I mean, we have these 3 players under contract. Like, do I move Kawhi? I mean, I could get Zach LaVine. I mean, if I can get 2 studs, I would do it, but I don't think I will. Yeah, I mean, probably not worth it. Like, Kawhi's still pretty solid, but he's 34. I don't know. I could get Zach LaVine. Should have traded Paul George for Zach LaVine when I started the video. All right, you know what? I'm going to do it. It's going to hurt our defense a little bit, but we do need to get a little bit younger, and that could be another trade asset as well. Like I said, if it's the final year, I really got to get creative with some of these deals. Finney Smith option. Let's go. We're going to give Josh Okogie and Brandon Boston Jr. the qualifying offers. Now, before we even look into free agency, I'm going to trade Dorian Finney-Smith, this Jorge guy, and Owen Lynch, and a second-round pick for Trey Jones, who could be flipped, but Jalen Brunson, who might start at point guard for us next year. We will see. And then, obviously, that means I would move Mr. John Wall to the bench. So we look at who we have bird bites on. Paul George, I will offer a 1-year deal to. We have about 12 million, so it's really nothing crazy. So let me just try to bring back most of these guys. John Wall really wants more than the minimum. That's absurd. Yeah, Derek White, I will offer a contract too as well next year. Let me not re-enhance the rates on Derek White. And let me give him a 1-year deal or a 3-year deal. I don't mind. He's probably going to get traded. And then Brandon Boston, after all this, I'm going to offer him a 3-year deal. And he should accept that pretty soon. And then I'm going to get pretty trade happy here. This was not a realistic rebuild, so don't hate on me too much. Like Caris LeVert, let's offer him a deal. And let's get to some trading. Wait, did Paul George not accept my deal? Oh, no, he did. Okay. I was about to say, like, come on. All right, so the first trade we are going to do is Paul George and Trey Jones for Isaiah Stewart. Next trade we're going to do is Derek White, Zubats, and a first for Bobby Portis and a future first. Yeah, you can see how desperate we are. We're going to move Bobby Portis to the power forward position. So right now we would have Wall. Just kidding. Like, Brunson. Does he go down? Okay, no, he actually goes up. So it's going to be Brunson, Wall, LaVine, LeVert, Boston. One of these guys will start at small forward. I mean, if I move, let's see, LeVert to small forward, he actually goes up. So he'll start at small forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait, I don't need a power forward. I had Jaren Jackson Jr. But yeah, that's fine. 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see what this team can do in its final year. All right, LaVine regresses. This team probably isn't winning at all. All right, so the final lineup is going to be Brunson, LaVine, LeVert, Jackson Jr., Stewart. So LeVert can get 25 minutes. That's fine. Mitch Robb will probably start over Stewart. We could do something like that. Boston 21, John Wall. Yeah, you're going to get 15 minutes in your final year. I mean, you're still the title and thumbnail of this video. Let's go with 33 to LaVine and Brunson. 34 to Jaren Jackson Jr., 29 to Mitch Robb, 4-star balanced. Hey, maybe this team can go to the conference finals if we get lucky with who we face in the first 2 rounds. All right, so this team luckily avoids the play-in tournament as a 6th seed. We need some, like, major luck on our side if we want to do anything. And I really had to blow this team up just to, like, not be a laughing stock at the end of this year. Because just Kawhi wasn't working out. Paul George didn't work out. We're taking on the Rockets in round 1 who swept us last year. So I have no confidence. Hey, Clint Capella's back there. Zach LaVine led us in scoring, followed by Jaren Jackson Jr. and Mitchell Robinson. I mean, this has to be like the best shot block in front court in the league. Caris LeVert was pretty good. Brunson averaged 8 assists. Hey, maybe we could surprise some people. Can we beat the Rockets in round 1? No. We get gentlemen swept. All right, well, this was gonna be just like a little John Wall rebuild, Clippers rebuild, like the calm before the storm, because later tonight we're gonna see a lot of players switching teams, and I think with the Clippers also extending like Covington, it looks like Hardenstein's walk-in. We'll see if they bring back Batum. They extended Zubats. This might be the rest of their offseason. Maybe they make a minor move here and there. That's why I want to do a Clippers rebuild today. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. If Brunson goes to the Knicks, that'll probably be the next rebuild, so be on the lookout for that. I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.